of observation and objectivity. Because I want to argue that if observing is a part of undergoing, then observing things is not to objectify them. This is a mistake that's very commonly made, that if you're going to observe, it must mean that you're kind of standing outside and looking at things from a distance and objectifying things. But this is not the case. To observe is to correspond, literally in the sense I set out. It's to watch, to listen, to follow closely what is going on, and to respond in kind. And that is why there is no contradiction between participation and observation. This is something we're always told as students, so there's one of the problems with anthropology. We do participant observation, but you can't actually do that because it's contradictory. You know, how can you participate and observe at the same time? It's like asking somebody to jump in the river and stand on the banks at the same time. You have to move backwards and forwards between the two. But actually, there is no contradiction between them. The idea that there is a contradiction is just one aspect of a contradiction that lies at the heart of our own sense of humanity. I mean, the human is an extraordinarily contradictory term because we don't know whether it refers to just a particular species of nature or a condition of being that stands outside of nature. And I think actually the best definition of the human is that it expresses the existential dilemma of a being that can only know itself for what it is by standing outside itself. And this peculiar dilemma, and that is also what lies behind the idea that you can't participate and observe at the same time. That is to say, to observe, to know ourselves, we imagine we have to stand outside in order to have any knowledge, because we assume that knowledge can only be gained from the outside of things. And what I want to argue for is the reverse, and that is that actually all knowledge must grow from the inside of our involvement in the world that has made us be and allowed us to be the persons who we are. So this is the fundamental problem with science, that it is founded on a dilemma that it tells us that we are parts of the world, and yet it can only have the knowledge it has by saying that as scientists we stand outside the world. So we need to be able to show how knowledge can grow from the inside of being, from the crucible of our participatory and observational involvement with the world around us. That is, within the give and take of life. And of course that takes us right back to the issue of data from which I began. And it takes us also